Hello there, it's Mrs. Cullen here. I was just going to give you a quick tutorial on how to make a Chinese lantern because it is actually Chinese New Year at this time of year that we celebrate in reception. I've made one here. Here's one I made earlier. I've made it out of red cardboard hearts, and I have used the colour red because Chinese celebrations use a lot of red because they see the red as being good luck. Okay, so here is a Chinese lantern. I will very quickly tell you what you will need. I have cut out of cardboard or paper some red love hearts. If you haven't got red cardboard or paper, it doesn't matter because you can colour it in. And a quick way for you to cut out a love heart is to fold a piece of card in half or paper, and then using a pen you draw what looks like a sort of number 2, the start of a number 2. There we go. Can you see that? I've drawn that on the part of the card that has the crease down the middle. Okay, so that the crease, the fold of the card is in the middle. Fold it in half and then you can cut it out, and that will give you a love heart shape like this. Okay, now I've got 6 of those. I've cut out 6, and here are all of my love hearts. There we go. Now I'm going to start gluing them together. So I'm going to use a glue stick and I'm going to keep them folded in half as I do it. Okay, so I'm going to put that down there. I'm going to put some glue all across that half of the heart, all across that, okay? Try not to get it on the edges of the heart. Now I'm going to pick up another one of my hearts, keep it folded in half, and I'm going to press it down on top of the other love heart, and I'm going to press it down really hard, okay, to try to get that to stick. So it looks as if they are all stacking up. They're all stacking up, but we're gluing them. Okay, glue again. I'm going to do that for the next one. So there we go. I've put my glue on there. I'm putting my next folded love heart on top of that. There it goes again. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to repeat that until I've used all of my folded love hearts. Here's my next one. There we go. And you need to keep it pressed down because it tries to ping open. Okay. Another bit of glue, all around there. There we go. Pressing my other folded heart on top there. There we go. And I've got one more love heart left. Made quite a pile of those. And look, it's trying to open already. I'm using my glue again, and I'm going to stick down the last love heart. Okay. So you can see that I am left with a big pile of love hearts that can't help opening up. It can't help it. I want to make something, a loop on it, so that I can hang it up. I'm going to use, because in Chinese celebrations they have a lot of red, they also have gold. So I'm going to use some gold thread. I don't know if you can see that, it's really lovely. And I'm going to cut a piece of that. And I'm going to tie a knot at the end. Perhaps your adult helper could help you with this one, because it's not very easy. I'm tying a knot so that it gives me a loop. I need a loop to hang up my heart. Can you see that? There we go. Now I'm going to put my pile of hearts back together again, and on the top heart I'm going to glue it again. I'm going to put some more glue on there. I wanted to get my loop ready first, because what I'm going to do now that I've glued that is, with my loop, I'm going to glue that along the folded edge of my love heart. So I don't know if you can see that. I'm just trying to unglue myself from everything here. I've stuck that with the knot inside. inside the glue. There we go. I've stuck it by the folded edge, and then I'm going to open it up, making sure that the loop stays at the top, and then I'm going to press the two cardboard love hearts together like this, and lo and behold, I have made another Chinese lantern. All the pieces of heart come around like that, and then we've got a loop to hang it up with. Okay, so you could use that for a Valentine's card. Maybe you could decorate it with some gold glitter or some gold pen, do some pretty pictures on there. It's up to you. You don't have to use 6 love hearts. You could use fewer if you don't have enough cardboard or paper. It's entirely up to you. But it does look good in red, and it does look good with the gold loop. Now, I'm going to quickly show you how to make a tassel, because if you wanted to be really fancy, you could make a tassel at the bottom. So I've got a piece of card here, and I think it's about 2 inches wide. That bit is about 2 inches wide. And I'm going to use my gold thread again. I'm going to hold it very carefully, and I'm just going to wrap the gold thread around my piece of cardboard like that, until I think, yes, I've got enough thread on there to make a nice tassel. Okay, so I've done that. There we go, I've wrapped that around. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to cut that a bit. Now, I'm going to hold it down very carefully so that it doesn't come off of the cardboard, okay? Now, I'm going to cut a length of the cord, and I'm going to feed that underneath. I've put that underneath, and I'm going to pull it like this so that all the thread is there. Now I'm going to tie a knot in it. So I'm going to tie it once, then I'm going to tie it another time. Can be fiddly. Ask your grown-up helper to help you with this. They won't mind if they help you. Okay, so I've tied that in a knot. I'll do another knot just to be on the safe side, just to make sure it doesn't come undone. There we go. So what it looks like, it looks a bit mad at the moment. We've got some loose bits there. That's okay, doesn't matter. And we've got our knotted length of thread at the top. I'm going to pull that, slide that very carefully off of my cardboard. Okay, I'm sliding it really carefully. And I've got to be careful that it doesn't actually get in a knot, or that all the threads don't come undone. Okay, can you see it's starting to look like a tassel? Now I'm going to cut all of the ends by the loops. Okay, I'm putting my scissors in where there are loops, and I'm cutting them so that all those threads come apart. There, really started to look like a tassel. Now I'm going to be really careful here, because this is where they might come off of my string, and I don't want them to come off my string. What I'm going to do now is, holding it really carefully like that, I'm going to cut another piece of thread like this, and then I'm going to go to the part of the tassel just underneath that knot, that loop, and I'm going to wrap my thread around it. I don't know if you can see me doing that. I'm going to wrap the thread around it. Then I'm going to tie the two ends together in a knot. Now it's started to look a little bit more like a tassel. So here we go. I'm just going to get the end that is the loop end of it. And there we go. You can see I've got a tassel, but it doesn't look very neat at the bottom. So I'm just going to give it a quick haircut. So I'm going to go straight across all of the threads, and I'm going to cut them so they are all the same length. There we go. I've got a lovely gold tassel ready to go on my Chinese lantern. And you can glue that onto the bottom of your lantern. And this, once you've glued it, you could even thread it up inside, or you could put that on right at the beginning if you're really fancy. This is what your lantern will look like if it's got a tassel on it. There we go. Hope you enjoyed doing that.